This historic home in Germantown is a museum of sorts, but not open to the public. This was once the home of Sam Shane, an artist who painted for most of the 20th century. Today his son Paul lives here with wife Anna, and inside is a vast collection of Sam's life work. Born with the name Sholem Luzar Olshansky, Sam lived from the year 1900 to 1993. In recent years, art critics and historians have been impressed by the quality of this hidden collection.
My father was born in this little town, market town in the Ukraine, and came to Philadelphia directly with his family when he was 6. Settled in South Philadelphia, which had a large Jewish immigrant population. He went to Paris toward the end of the 20s, spent a couple of years in Paris living in poverty.
Paris was the center of art, so he probably knew all the important artists there. He was very good friends with Leger, and we heard that he shared the studio, and he had another Jewish Philadelphian as a friend that became very famous as Man Ray. So we do have here one portrait made by Man Ray. I guess Man Ray would probably cost more than all Sam Shane's paintings here. He spent there about 2 years, maybe 3 years, and painted a lot of beautiful paintings. There's one of the corner in Paris that's like in the shape of a heart, really, like a heart of Paris.
Which one? This one?
Yes,
That's my favorite.
It's my favorite too. I actually always had the feeling that I dreamt of that painting before I even saw it ever.
And he stopped painting shortly after, about 1936. And I think a lot of it had to do with what was going on in the world. The Spanish Civil War, the Hitler. It was a very depressing world. He painted that in 1943, I think, in a response to the notion of Jewish refugees trying to escape from Germany and from the Nazis. And so it's called Exodus. It's very hard for a non-Jew, and I think it's very hard for Jews of your generation to understand what the Holocaust did to us. We were here in America. We were safe, but we knew very much what was going on in Europe, and we were absolutely helpless. My mother was a dancer and an actress. So you see these dancers here, and you see that the theme goes through these various paintings. He loved to dance. Both my parents loved to dance. And actually, they were still dancing when they were my age. They were square dancing. My brother became a jazz musician, and so he did a lot of stuff about jazz. I'm named Paul Gauguin because he loved Gauguin, partly because of the color. And you see his stuff is very colorful. It's interesting, I was thinking the other day, there's no socialist realism here. It's really his response to the world. And the other thing, he was a very angry man, but you don't see it at all in his paintings. Do you?
No.
No. And I didn't have a terrific relationship with my dad.
If we give them to any museum, they may just keep them in the basement, even if they do that. And so our hope is really to sell them, even when we hate to part with them. That would give them life for the future.
And it's funny, I cannot really imagine living without these paintings. I sit in this chair sometimes and I just look at the paintings on them.